Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world's first episode has finally been released, and expectations for this episode is pretty high. But after watching it, I can see why fans have been waiting for this anime for a very long time, and how it builds upon established lore that we've learned about Megumin and Union throughout the entire series. What's up, YouTubers? And today I'm going to be talking about why the first episode of Konosuba, Explosions on This Wonderful World, has got me very excited for this series. And of course, guys, this video is going to be talking about spoilers within the first episode, so leave your thoughts on the premiere down in the comment section below. I'd love to have a look at your guys' opinion. But of course, I should probably start with my opinion. Honestly, the first few seconds of this episode took me off guard by starting off with how Megumin got interested in explosion magic. When watching Konosuba, we know that Megumin has a fondness for explosion magic, but we never got told how she got interested in explosion magic. Not even within the movie, and that was focusing on Megumin. So this tells me they're going to be setting up a lot more lore for the Crimson Demons, which gets me very excited. I'm a sucker for character development and lore building, so having the very first episode tell me that, it gets me excited for what's going to come within the rest of the series. And what makes the opening stand out even more for me is the connection between Megumin and this unnamed character that saved her life. All we know about her is that she's a powerful mage that can even grant Megumin a wish. I'm not surprised that Megumin's response given as a child would be to be the Demon King, and then in typical Konosuba fashion, ask for a bigger chest. We then jump forward a few years later to see Megumin and her sister Komeko going fishing, which lines up pretty well with what we saw in Konosuba Season 2. And I gotta say, before we see the Magical Academy part of this story, I'm loving this little detail that we're seeing already. Especially since the manga, it starts off straight into the academy. We don't get any of these little extra details sprinkled in throughout the anime. And it won't surprise me that these little details will help the story even more, or just give us extra little details that manga readers didn't get within the manga itself. Not that I would know, I've only read the first chapter of the manga. Speaking of the academy, we may as well jump straight into Megumin joining it, which is known as the Red Prison. And I gotta say, that is a fitting name for a school. We also get to see some familiar faces in the academy which we've met in the movie. But something that stood out the most for me in this scene is Megumin's attitude. Which makes sense considering she wants to become this powerful mage, only using explosion. We also get Union declaring herself as Megumin's rival, because she scored second in the entrance exam underneath Megumin, which is a nice little tie-in to how we meet Union within Konosuba Season 2, declaring herself as Megumin's rival. It's really good that they're using resources within Goddess Blessing on This Wonderful World to give us this familiarity for us returning viewers. And of course, it also helps that any new viewers that are starting Konosuba with this season, if they haven't seen any pre-established Konosuba series. But I think it's now a good time to talk about something that fans are a little bit disappointed in. And that's the humour. And going into this, I kind of expected the humour to not be as big as God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. And that honestly makes a lot of sense to me. If you've watched God's Blessing on This Wonderful World, you know that a lot of the humour comes from Kazuma interacting with the girls. Yes, there are a lot of humorous moments with the girls on their own, but again, they're more with Kazuma, either talking to them or being around them, causing this reaction. The humour's all around Kazuma. This time, however, we've got Megumin, which are on her own. Don't get me wrong, she is a good character to have a series based around her, so if you weren't fond of her in the original season, this series isn't for you. But I am, and that's why I watched it. Another thing I can really appreciate is that this series pretty much flips how we see this world. Originally, it was us watching a series alongside Kazuma as a main character, being a person from our world going into this magical, crazy, unknowing world, along with a handful of goofy characters. But the main character this time is Megumin, someone who was born into this world, someone who sees this as normal. One thing I'd like to see come up within future episodes, so do please forgive me if what I'm saying doesn't happen within the manga. Again, I've only read the first chapter. I hope that we eventually learn more about this mysterious monster that we see get blown up at the beginning. I especially want to know how it's linked to the person that has saved Megumin. And why does this hero mage bear such a resemblance to the character that interacted with Megumin's parents in that one flashback scene when they were selling merch? I hope these questions do get answered either within this series or at least a future Konosuba season. If it does come up and you guys want to say it does in the comment section below, at least put like a spoiler hyphen next to it so that way people know to either stop reading if they want to be surprised. And finally guys, the visuals. They are absolutely lovely. The colours are still beautiful, so I'm glad that Studio Dean hasn't lost their touch within the 6 years of not doing a Konosuba season. And before anyone asks, the movie was done by a different studio. Overall guys, I enjoyed Konosuba, explosions on this wonderful world. I'm really looking forward to learning more about the Crimson Demon Village. I'm looking forward to seeing Megumin's interaction with a classmate. And most importantly, I'm looking forward to seeing the rivalry between Megumin and Yunyun and how eventually it will become this rival friendship between them within the main series. I do hope we get an episode dedicated to the flashback that we saw within the movie when Megumin and Yunyun, with Megumin's sister, against a whole bunch of monsters. If you know the scene we're talking about guys, then you know why I definitely want to see that. I definitely think that will be a huge character development there for Megumin and possibly Yunyun. But for now guys, I really enjoyed episode 1, I can't wait for episode 2, and I can't wait to see what shenanigans our explosion mage happens to come across within the Red Prison. Remember to let me know your thoughts on the episode down in the comment section below, and while you're down there, why don't you subscribe because I'm planning to do videos on future episodes. But if you want more anime content guys, we do some anime discussion videos, we even do anime tier lists as well. So until next time guys, this is me, signing out. Bye bye.